people drop down into Rust Bay, into all of the warehouses. It looks like we've got a little bit more of a spread this time, but 2, 4, and 15 down in the middle, just south of logging camps, are making me a little concerned.
Well, we saw that last game, but there wasn't really any action. They all dispersed pretty quickly. No one actually tried to go for that early skirmish because obviously they just feel like it's unsafe. And you can see immediately on your map there, we're going to head straight on down south here by Rust Bay as we see the vehicle come on over here, as I do believe that is Rushoman and Squad as well.
Yeah, now we've already got 2 knocks in this game. Talk has been knocked, and as the building is being dropped down, You Must Not is trying to find himself that kill, looking for that first blood. You Must Not chase him down. He's leaping around. He's going for the punches. He's already managed to get one. No friendly fire there as Talk is maneuvering around, but still trying to get out of the terrain. Abaya's doing everything he can. There aren't any guns. He's into the building, and finally he goes down. There it is. Not even going to waste the ammo as he sits on top of the corpse to add insult to injury. And that's going to be Yusuf Not getting the first kill of the round. Now, Brad Pitt, he's already found Rushoman around the corner, who had a very good late game in that previous round.
He doesn't have any fists, though. That's the thing. He's only got fists. Brad Pitt can easily take this fight, but he's deciding not to at this point. So Brad Pitt maybe didn't see that the guy had no weapon in front of him, was a little bit low on the health. X-Boop coming on over here, maybe trying to get some revenge for his teammates. Jump shot's going to come out here from You Must Not, as he's saying, you must not advance any further. X-Poo, though, he's saying, hey, I'm going to still jump around. I want to try and revenge my teammate.
The rest of the squad isn't quite there, though. Kaya trying to go over the long side of the terrain, firing wildly, but X-Poo with the PP-19 finds himself with a double knock. Let's see if he can clean up the rest of this, though, as already pushing up the hill. Yusuf, he doesn't have a weapon in hand, might not have the ammo to push forward, as finally the rest of the squad trying to move in. Yumas doing everything he can. Yusuf doing everything on the far side, but X-Move is leaping left and right, running out of ammo, and finally he gets knocked and finished down, as the squad will be revived in time. And 3 members dead already.
And that's going to be lobby time, being our first squad to get eliminated here on map 4. Lobby time had a pretty good qualifier last week. They just missed out onto the grand finals for tomorrow, and unfortunately I haven't really seen them at the top of the standings, so not having the best night for themselves. They'll have one more map, but like I mentioned, if you didn't make it happen here on round 4, you're going to have a little bit of issues. You saw the cake there. Of course, it is the ROS-versary this week, so it's our 1-year anniversary. We're celebrating with some cake.
And by our contracts, we must pronounce that in a French accent.
Really?
The 1-year anniversary. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm just following up on you there.
I didn't mean to there. It comes out sometimes. The family's from Quebec and Canada.
Well, there
so,
you go.
We got a little bit of that accent in there.
Un peu accent, just a bit. As Brad Pitt managing to chase one down, gets the knock, and finally finishing off that kill on the far side, but Vagabond. Oh man, no. Another man down very early. Esta looking for the chase. It's just one man. It's just one man, but it's not one man. It's Brad Pitt. It's the action hero. He's leaping around behind the building. He's looking for another kill as he continues to loop around. The Tron outfit doing everything he can, rushes inside of the building, but Brad Pitt, he's trying to make a highlight reel right now. Esta looking to go one-on-one. Will he be able to get the knock on the Brad Pitt, or will he end up dropping down himself? The squad moving forward. Brad Pitt pushing the terrain, leaps over, finally goes down, but trades one knock for another and will inevitably go down as Vagabond finally get themselves a kill.
Unfortunately, Brad Pitt is not going to be able to replicate his success in World War Z, as he had all the members chasing him on down. He will survive otherwhere. And meanwhile, though, nice little shot coming out here, and Punyan, he gets knocked on out. Mr. Gentle, he's just going to go for the quick kill here, and this is a little awkward for Irvan and the rest of his squad, with Pixel on the side here of Golden Aron.
Yeah, Golden Arion really in trouble, as they did have to sacrifice a member very early on. And this is a very messy start to the game. We're 5 minutes in. We've already had 6 members dead, plus a handful of knocks all across the map. And look at this. Bafra, he's keeping an eye on Vagabond. He's trying to get revenge for Brad Pitt.
Well, that is, of course, Vanguard coming on in over here.
Yes, Vanguard.
VG.
That's the one.
They're coming on over. I want some kills. I want that early action. Give me the EU Fiestas, as we call them here. Instead, though, looks like they're going to go ahead back on out toward the side here onto Rust Bay, deciding, hey, we don't have to fight. We're already in the circle. Let's go ahead, loot up. We'll deal with them later.
Yeah, playing the time, playing the terrain game to continue looting up and try to outlast a little bit longer, because, again, it's consistent performance. You can get points not only with kills, though I know certainly the members of Europe might disagree with that, that, but also by being the last man standing, in fact.
Yeah, that does help sometimes. Or you could just do both. Get first place, get yourself a bunch of kills.
I think that's asking a bit much. Wow, that truck actually went down. Ruba gets knocked and cleaned up. Trying to drive through. Driver will also drop.
Oh, okay. So this is actually pretty spicy here now, as that's Riptic getting pretty much, I think they actually got fully eliminated there rather early. Riptic is one of our top teams coming in toward this next round. They currently sit at the top of the leaderboard with only a 15-point gap over Vitalitric. So Riptic, they're already at the top here. They're feeling comfortable, but this gives an opportunity for another team to start moving on over here. You Must Not wants to try and get some shots off. Knocks down one onto PKTNQ. Wants to try and rotate on back. He is pretty much alone in this scenario. Has Kayanot over toward the side. This is the remaining squad members of Nothing, as we can't actually see how many members are remaining on their screen. Looks like a UI bug themselves, but they do have at least 3 members. Make it 4 members. All 4 are up, but they're all separated.
And it looks like Ascan trying to push forward into the Not house to try and break it down. PK doing the same thing, but that's already 3 members on You Must Not this early on. And they are not only inside of a bomb area, but also outside of the zone. It's still zone 1, so it's not huge incentive to get inside, but still, it's a bit risky as grenades are going to start flying out of the house. Mayonnaise goes great with a sandwich, but not in a firefight, and decides to back out.
Yeah, going to back off. Isn't going to get spread across the floor in blood at this point. Going to go ahead, back off. Going to go ahead, take a quick one, cracks open a cold one with the boys, and gets himself back into boosted. Going to be healing up some of this damage, like you mentioned, from the circle. Bombs are coming on down, but they're still feeling pretty confident. As you see, Yusnov trying to get himself back on over. Shots coming on through, and Mayonnaise, you really need to be landing these shots.
A bit of a slippery trigger finger there as You Must Not going for the flank on the backside. Ends up getting dropped low at barely any health. Ascan and Mayonnaise trying to push forward and clean this up. They managed to get the knock, and will get the execution on the back of it. So that is another kill going over to the Mayonnaise squad.
Mayonnaise will find themselves a quick kill, but they still have to deal with these other members of Not. PK gets taken down low. They're going to jump around the corner. A beautiful shot coming out from Mayonnaise, and the rest of the squad can't do a whole lot but watch their teammates fall in front of them. Yusuf Not is up and toward the top side of the building. MMT29 not over here onto the right side, wants to go for the flank.
Yeah, 2 members trying to get in on the action against Mayonnaise and clean it up, but it's now a 2 versus 2 for these 2 members still standing. But it looks like Bay Rakhtar is trying to get in there and clean up something else, but it looks like has eyes on this on top of the hill. When's he going to step forward? Molotov cocktail is ready, but he's trying to clean up. Yusuf ends up getting knocked down inside of the Molotov. He ends up getting killed as Ascan gets the kill with the MP7, and still eBay and the rest of the squad are pushing up into the fire and flames to loot everything they can from the Yuma's corpse.
So come on over here. There's still this 1 member they need to track on down, but it looks like 29 Not has decided to bail out on the corpses of his teammates. Is just watching from behind, but has decided, hey, I do not want to deal with these guys any longer.
He's still pretty far from the zone, but this early on doesn't have to worry about the damage, as instead he's just going to continue to scout around and keep an eye on the Ascan family along with eBay and Mayonnaise. As finally they're going to get out of there. I was incorrect. It was not, in fact, a 2 versus 2. With eBay joining up, it ended up being a 2 versus 3, and then 29 ended up bailing. So maybe not the best of situations. Are they combing the desert to look for him?
They're looking through the grass. They're saying there's a snake around, guys, and we need to exterminate him. Because honestly, Not is not really in a good spot. He's kind of right beside a road. He's on a flat plane, so if anybody checks this, maybe he takes down 1 member, but he's got to be quick on the trigger finger to actually get the full kill, because honestly, there's going to be someone right next to his victim.
Still, it's real tough for He's keeping an eye on it. This is a tense situation. eBay not looking over, and somehow able to get the bandage to heal himself up. Is just playing the time game, slowly ticking that health down and waiting for this squad to bail before he moves in and tries to loot the remainders, whatever's left that the Mayonnaise squad decides to leave.
At this point, though, I'm shocked he isn't just trying to move, because there's an opportunity, but we'll jump back on over him in a sec. Pixel and them taking some shots here onto Reaper EU as they're trying to run for the hills. Their vehicle's on fire. They'll be able to get on over the side. Pixel and crew cannot finish off the kill, but either way, they'll,
there he goes.
There you go. A little bit of a correction there. He was suffocating within the wall. He was able to get himself to safety. Let's take a look.
Oh, no. And look at how far away from the zone Mayonnaise and Om29 are on the complete opposite corner of the map. They were so caught up in their own firefight, they didn't even realize that they now have to traverse the entire map if they want to try to make it back into the zone. At this point, I'd almost encourage playing a med strat to just try and keep themselves safe instead.
But the issue is they've been fighting for the last minute. They haven't had time to loot for those meds, Dom. There isn't a whole lot they can do at this point. They got to start running for the hills. They got to start running toward that zone. If they find a vehicle, they're safe. If not, they could still likely make it, but again, it's quite a far trek.
Vagabond are still alive. You just saw them taking some pot shots at the SP squad, who are still surviving as well. Vitalik Trick doing the same thing as they're starting to move up onto Reaper EU, and everyone is starting to converge, in fact, onto this package as Kareem is going straight for it. Are they going to drop a man off and look for the loot? No, they're just trying to bait some fire.
You got to be careful here now because Riptic are out in that top building right beside him, and that is a battle for our first place slot. So Riptic did lose 2 members. They still have 2, though, alive, keeping them in the running for some more points.
Reaper EU still holding on with their full force squad, trying to get as many points as they can to get higher into the standings. Still just huddling inside of the building. It looks like they are playing the respectful 4th game, taking it nice and slow as we get around this. And still, it's only play zone 2, 12 minutes in, so plenty of time for more action. And despite all of the action that's been going on, there's still only been about 12 kills in the game, though Supreme looking to add to that. Finds one knock. Does he go for the execution? Yam will end up dropping down.
That's that power of the M249. That large machine gun just keeps on raining bullets into TPP. That's another kill coming in from Charlie T as well. And look at that, Riptic. They're able to hold their ground. They get themselves 3 knocks, but they need to finish off these kills.
That's another kill over to the squad. Craig gets himself picked back up. They're going to look for Moogie, but he's ducked down behind that car. If he manages to show himself the Supreme, he can just open up with that heavy machine gun once again and continue to rain down fire. But Moogie, he's got plenty of time. 12-9 shows himself as he steps forward, but the Supreme doesn't get the shot in time. Charlie still continuing to look over this.
And this is the kind of situation where you'd love having that crossbow again in the meta and having that ability just to finish off these members, especially huddled together around that truck. Yeah. Another shot coming on through. It's not going to land onto Moogie as he's able to get behind the safety of the house. Will likely med back up. TPP, though, they're going to be concerned. They've already lost 1 member, and 3 of them now are kind of squatted behind this building. Not a whole lot of places they can move.
And remember, their vehicle already took a lot of fire. If they hop back in while that vehicle is in the line of sight of the Supreme with the heavy machine gun, that's almost asking for death. But still, they're just going to hold on and play it safe for now. They can back up over the hill and try to get away from the logging camp over here. We'll see where they decide to end up going, as there's still plenty of time as the zone starts to close in. And if I remember right, there's still a couple of squads all the way up to the northeast. It doesn't look like they've made their way down towards the rest of the map just yet. But we'll see how the map continues to fold out as time goes on and we get closer and closer towards those critical final rounds.
They're just taking a nice run through the fields as they make their way from the northeast section of the map on down
Getting
to the
their cardio.
southwest. Exactly. Shots, though, coming out here from Supreme. Finds another knockdown onto Muggy. And now TP, they're starting to get a little separated because Gray is on the top side of that hill, was looking to try and scout out. Now 12-9 has to go for the res, but look at this. If he comes on over toward that left side of this house, he's just going to get lit up here by Supreme.
Just firing in a few shots here and there to waste out any meds and bandages, anything he can do to break down a handful of kills. And still, TPP, they're playing it nice and slow, trying to play out of range to keep themselves safe from Riptic. And that's another knock going down. Charlie with his own M249 gets Moogie on the way over the hill. TPP, even in disengaging, are in a bad situation.
Trying to do what they can. Supreme still trying to get the right shot here. Look, he's still bleeding out here, and because he's gotten killed so often, his bleed out time is really fast. I didn't think the team was actually ready for that, so that's going to be a bleed out here. Charlie gets a kill here for Riptic.
And Riptic, with 2 members, are still surviving. They're still up long enough to earn more points. We thought they would be at a disadvantage at 2 members. Turns out, it's all according to plan.
Exactly. You know what? Less members means less things to shoot at. that's the possibility. You hide yourself into the house. You're not a moving target. You just kind of stay there. You don't have to worry about anything.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Now,
don't give me that face, Dom.
Yeah.
I know what face you were giving me. Don't give me that.
I could see how that would work, yeah. Now, look at that. Mayonnaise and the crew have actually made their way all the way around to the zone. They were able to negotiate their way all the way from the northeast corner back into the zone as that chicken nade is going to go off. Nobody ends up getting fried by that one, though we're all looking for feathers and wings off the back of this. And still Vitalatrix holding on inside of the house to do everything they can. And that's Esta. That's the members of Vanguard still alive.
Vanguard, they've had themselves some issues. They're going to try and use the smoke grenade maybe to try and do something. Actually, I believe that's a full frag grenade going off. Actually, the flash. So I guess trying to create distractions. Not too sure because they don't actually have anyone below them. I think they're just a little concerned there might be someone who's already in the house.
Doesn't look like they have it fully cleared and prepared. Instead, they're just going to try and place it safe, but they are pulling some attention towards themselves, as we can already see some damage being dealt, but there was no knock on the kill feed, so whoever it was hit the deck real quick.
So you see Betrayed here kind of adjusting their strategy. They have one member outside the zone already going for a med strat, it looks like, and opting to send 3 members in to try and get as many kills as possible and then look to try and survive until that 28.5-minute mark to get that second placement after the other teams have finished off their fighting. Richard and them coming on in. Bad Jesus is just going to get picked up by his teammates. They're going to continue their way on over after taking some shots onto one of these teams in the diner.
Yeah, they're just shuttling away from the zone to make sure they are nice and safe for as long as they can last. Like you said, that's still 11 minutes away from that 28.5-minute mark, as Vitalatrix huddling down inside of the building to make sure that they are nice and safe. Still, the Betrayed squad maneuvering around to try and take a safe route on this high terrain, but we got to the next zone, and it is all the way on the other side of logging camps. Betrayed are feeling betrayed after this one, as Askin and Mayonnaise hanging out inside of the diner trying to clean up Betrayed, but they're starting to push forward. Askin goes low. Mayonnaise tries to clear out the front.
Jesus is actually just running away from his teammates, and that's why you don't turn your back to your enemy, because now Mayonnaise looking to pop on over from the side, finds himself another knockdown, make it another, and Bad lose all their members. But guess what? Vagabond has joined in onto the party, but still, Mayonaise' squad is still alive. Ascon trying to do what he can. He just needs to get 2 bullets onto this last member, but he can't find them. He's going left, he's going right, he gets the down, he gets the kill.
Yeah, who can click the fastest, who can finish their reload as quick as possible. That's all it came down to in an all-out 3-squad melee. But Heat for Death, Vitalatrix, he's trying to get the car explosion to get a little bit more damage. Somehow Jesus is still alive as he is limping away. And suddenly that very, very late med strat for Betrayed is starting to feel pretty good for their foresight.
That's when you're gambling and you actually get it to land on a decent horse there at the racetrack. One of the strats are actually working out here. It should give you a decent return. Jesus will finally fall, as Mayonnaise will be the one getting the kill credit in the end, but we saw that squad get wiped by Vagabonds as they joined on in, and now we're starting to see the clashes of the teams. We're approaching that 20-minute mark, and this diner seems to be prime real estate, but honestly, it's on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, that was a real big fight on the edge of the map. Instead, we're going to start to see people maneuver in about 20 seconds once the zone starts to close out as Ascan. Looks like he's the last, oh no, sorry, he still does have one more member of the squad as, wait, was there an enemy inside of the vehicle? No, okay, no. Never mind.
Looked like a little bit of a UI glitch.
The smoke there had me a little bit confused, maybe the UI as you said, but
Riptych,
they're still inside of this building. Vitalatrix, they're going to try to go for a clear, but that's a great grenade on the inside. No knocks though, as they drop one, Nessim on one side, and another 2 members on the other. Are they going to go for the breach and clear that we saw just a few moments ago?
Vitalatrix are just circling around. They're looking to go on over this. They're going to go ahead and reach from 3 different angles. They're also going to launch the Firecracker right onto Supreme, and now they're going to go ahead, likely go for a parkour strat. Instead, though, Firecracker's going to connect as Charlie gets taken on down. Supreme is trying his best to hold on as long as possible.
Yeah, Charlie gets executed. The Supreme manages to find 1 knock, but he's still 1 versus 3 at this point. He's only, oh no, he's actually got 2 knocks right now as Heat for Death ended up going down Head for Death. And still, that's going to be the up on Velox, the Supreme. He's in a real bad position. He's the last man standing on this squad, and 32 players are still up.
But you see Mr. Gentile, Mr. Dexter, the ones getting the kills actually onto the Vitaltrix player. So you do have another squad in range here, and Vite now are in a little bit of an awkward scenario. Do you try and finish off this last member, or you try and bunker on down and protect your own squad? Now they have to deal with this individual person above them at this point, but also the surrounding squads looking to close in, because guess what? You're dead center of the circle.
Yeah, and that's SP finding themselves the remaining kill onto Esta as he's cleaned up on that far side, but still Supreme watching the stairwell. Riot Shield brought up. Supreme gets cleared out. Velox behind the shield. Says stand behind Braum as he's able to get in there. No, he actually must have done some platforming around the side of the building to get in. It was all an elaborate ruse.
A nice distraction there and good teamwork. So this should allow Vitaltrix now to actually overtake Riptych in the standings. They were only behind them by about 10 points with these kills as well as the placement. That should be enough to actually boost them up, because I don't think Riptych had more than 4 kills themselves. So this is now going to cause Riptych to have to fall a little bit. They're going to lose their lead, but they are still very comfortable when it comes into our final map later.
Yeah, and again, it's not about being number 1. It's about being in the top 6. As long as you're in those top 6 spots, you advance to the EU Cup Finals tomorrow. So still plenty of chances for Riptych to try and earn more points in this next round to lock down that final spot. Close though it is, there's still a chance.
You're almost hoping that Vitaltrix is actually able to be the ones that take away the most points here, because they're already close to you. Riptych doesn't have to worry about them. They already know this team's likely going with them to the grand final. But if the rest of the members fall, some other teams can start making their way on over, as that's going to be Reaper EU taking down 2 members. Musty's going to fall. Preston is also going to come up on toward the kill feed there. And that's a really good pickup here for Reaper EU, because they are sitting currently 5th overall in the standings, and they only got about a 40-point lead on the 7th place squad.
Oh no, I feel like I recognize this house. I recognize this kill from the previous few finishes that we've had here on this round. Now eBay on top of the high ground. He's going to start looking for some damage as the Reaper EU squad is trying to get health back as quick as they can.
Ooh, a nice chicken grenade placement there from YBay, but it isn't actually going to connect onto any members. But he's going to try one more time. Let's see if he's actually able to hit his target. Just a little bit over toward the side, trying to get himself in there. But guess what? The side of Reaper EU have themselves the correct circle placement.
Yeah.
This house seems to be blessed with some sort of energy here from the circle RNG.
Uh-oh, YBay starting to move down. SP is actually hugging the bottom side of the terrain. I don't know that they've been spotted, as now they're going to try to maneuver around and reclaim that high ground on the far side that Ascan and YBay were just at. And that's a bit of a tragedy for the Reaper EU squad. If you think that zone was just cleared out and then another squad moves in to retake it back, it's a bit scary as they start moving into this next zone.
On top of that, SP still have themselves all their members. Just for Love is going to finally get taken on down there. Emmy will also follow on through. Shots going to come out here from YBay as he tries to get as much as he can onto Irvan. Shots come on down toward them. They're going to get one member of their squad knocked on down. Ascan is going to be the one to fall. Irvan still alive, has about a quarter, about half his health.
He's trying to heal up as quick as he can, though, as this is not favorable terrain. Irfan taking some damage. One grenade tossed. There's a little bit of time, some damage onto Irfan. He manages to get the knock. YBay, is he going to go for the revive now? He is. And on top of the grenade, he's looking to get that final kill on the back as Irfan actually dies to rushes. Meanwhile, Reaper EU getting a kill now onto Ascan and YBay being dropped by Dexter. SP still firing from both sides of the hill.
SP have them now kind of surrounded. They've gone for this flank opportunity, and as Reaper EU tried to shift into the next housing unit, now they're going to start getting lit up from different angles. YGSP is outside the circle. Beaker is too. Alex as well. So these members need to start pushing on, and Beaker is going to be kind of the last guard here. He's being sent back so he can defend against SP's advance. Try and delay them. Chicken grenade going to come on out here. UG's going to go toward his right side. Beaker, though, is going to get taken on down. They're going to go ahead finish off that kill. UG
heal, and UG ends up getting knocked and must be left behind outside of the zone. That does mean that more bandages over to Alex, though. As, Reaper EU looks like they're going down as Lutz SP finds himself a kill and will get knocked.
He survives the bandages.
There he goes, knocked
enough.
Outside of the zone. Lutz, he's so close.
So close.
Limping in over the finish line. He just needs to make it a little bit closer, but he can't. Finally, UGSP finally goes down. Alex looks like he might be the last man standing of the SP squad. starts to move in with 13 players left.
Yeah, you can see that circle is actually going away from Lutz right now, so he's always so close, but always
trying
so
to catch
far.
a moving finish line.
Alex SP is going to go prone. Pixel, though, spotted him out. I'm going to guess if they actually go for this.
He's still sitting behind cover. He sees Quick there as well. Can he get the quick double tap? Is he going to go for the heal in time and manage to get these kills, or does he play the survival game? Is he inside of the zone? He's actually just on the edge of the zone. Every movement he makes is a little bit more visibility. He crouches up, tries to make a sprint for the tree, still hugging the side of the zone as he lags his way into the zone and ducks into the brush. Alex, is he still alive? I think he might not have been spotted because Pixel was taking fire from Rush.
Yeah, Alex is somehow able to become Batman himself and defy a lot of different sayings there because he gets himself into the brush. 9 players remaining here, but guess what? We have so many members of this squad looking at their health bars. It just takes one grenade. It takes only 1 or 2 bullets to take down this shot onto the side of TeamTurkey, who've gone themselves into the dead center of the zone. But like we mentioned, SP was able to get himself into the bush. There is also Arkarim looking to maybe go on over with the vehicle, decides against it. Instead, I think
to heal up here.
I think he's out of meds. That's the thing that's happening at the moment.
Yeah, might be looking for a lucky kill at the very end, but with that, it's Vitalitrix eliminated. Still 7 players left. SP, they've got a man inside of the zone. Here it goes. That's the fight starting to break out. 1 member knocked already and eliminated.
Look how long, though, SP is waiting for this because these 2 members now are exposed on top of the plane. No one's taking the shots just yet. He doesn't know Alex is right in front of them. They're going to try and loot.
Chicken
Alex
grenade.
could go for a chicken grenade. He could go for the shot. He
That's
decides
one knock.
to whip out the gun to see what he can do. W7 Real needs to try his doing onto the top here. Alex, he just needs to take down 2 members. It's not going to be enough.
Gets dropped down at the last second. That's going to be the SP squad getting dropped down, but the timer is still running, and it looks like with that, Betrayed Spartan is going to be the last member to fall outside of the zone with a late med strat. Just a few seconds, and once again, we're coming down to these second finishes. Barely a second between the last member going down and that med strat finally